Good morning, West Ham fans. Good morning, West Ham fans. Big time Charlies. Okay, I'm gonna cut to the chase. Get right to it. Right. I've identified the problems of West Ham United Football Club, and it's apparently they do not know what their homework is. They don't know what their role is. A lot of players going in there, picking up money, and not doing their job properly. That's why we are in this shit position right now. The blame has to start from the top. What are their owners? What are their plans? What are their vision? Do they have an action plan for this? If they do go down in lost revenue, 60,000 stadium, investors are not going to want to, entertain a championship club, one of the richest clubs in the world. That's not going to be good business, So I don't know how they run their business. You got to spend. The combined wealth of West Ham owners is over 1 billion. My thing is, right, you got this kind of money, right, your house need improving, you're going to spend money to improve the house, right? But West Ham owners, they have a house, right, but they're not spending any money to improve it. They're spin doctorism. They're spin doctor. They're fooling everybody. Oh, we're going to do this and do that. What are you doing in the transfer market? 4 million on Darren Randolph, okay, that's fine. Goalkeeping was sorted, right? But there's other areas. They've not addressed the right back situation for years, left back situation for years. The central back pairs, I don't know. The players are not good enough. It's not good enough. It's unacceptable. You cannot sit watch from your box and say this is acceptable. The players need to be held accountable for their actions. They need to do their homework. I'm saying, being a football coach now, maybe it's too much for Moyes. Everybody, every area, every position, they have to look at it. Every player have to look at their roles, right, and say, look, how do I improve my position? I need to watch the opposition tape. Every player should be set an assignment. Study their opponent, study who they're going to be up against, know their flaws, know how to play. That's how you win games. Practice becomes perfect. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall open. Right? If you study your opponents, if you get inside the head of your opponents, then the battle's won. The reason why Mike Tyson was so good in his early days, you know why? Because he done his homework on the opposition. He studied the opposition. He knew what his strengths were. And he knew what the other opponent's weaknesses were. That Spinks fight in 88. The fight was over before Spinks even stepped in there. Tyson knew if he cut off the ring and let fly, it's over. Just last week, Conor McGregor, the same thing. He knew what he needed to do, cut off the steam into the guy. Game over. That's what I'm saying on the football field. If West Ham analyse their opponents, study their tape, analyse the opponents, the game's almost over. West Ham was in that game with Leicester, but like what I said, they didn't do their homework. Ricardo, again down that side again, right hand side, he went at our player. Turn him inside. It was allowed to cross the ball in the box. Harvey Barnes, I don't know who's supposed to be tracking Harvey Barnes, and he went in 1 up, and then they scored again. But like what I'm saying, going back to the main issue, the homework assignments was not done. Players did not do their homework. Again and again, not doing their homework. So the blame lies with the coach. Are you setting your pupils' assignments? Are they carrying them out? No. You keep saying, mistake. How many times Pellegrini was saying that? It seems to me that the players are not interesting. There's certain players pulling their work. You can't have 3 players doing all the work when the others are not doing nothing. I challenge the West Ham players. I challenge them today on this podcast. Are you doing your homework? Do you know how to play your position? I'm challenging them. Are you fit? Because while we're in this position in the league, and Moyes, every time you pick up a paper, what's really getting me, I don't know about you West Ham fans, really pissing me off is Moyes talking about injury updates. I'm sorry to hear that we have injuries, right? But you have to tell the opposition about that. The opposition is feeding off this and said, "Oh, okay. Oh, I know we're playing against." Is he not with it? Opposition feeds off that. Klopp's probably got his notepad out now. So, oh, okay, West Ham's got these players injured now. Okay, I'm going to prepare a frontal attack. See, you don't give the opposition all these little pieces of information. You do not. He's not. I don't think David Moyes has read 48 Laws of Power. I don't think he's read that. You don't need to tell other people your business. You don't need to tell the media nothing who's injured. It's nothing to do with the media. We just want to know if we're going to get players in. I'm sorry we've got injury problems, right? But you don't need to be broadcasting it out and telling the world, because opposition feeds off that. Because they've probably got a chart now to say who we're going to face. Klopp now has probably he's going to set up his team to see who West Ham's playing. He's probably watched West Ham time and time again. And he knows how to beat West Ham, because Liverpool now, they're just going to go at West Ham. They're just going to, right from the get-go, Liverpool are going to go at West Ham. West Ham's going to cave in. West Ham's going to be open like the Red Sea. It could be a cricket. It's going to be ugly. Unless West Ham players step up and be counted, do their homework, press in, not half game. I personally think that we're not fit. We're not a fit team. We get overrun. Against Leicester, oh my God, I don't know. Leicester could have won by more than that. The only person showed any bit of drama was Mikel Antonio and Fornals. But I'm not going to throw stones at the rest of the players. They got dissed in the other podcast. They need to be dissed. They need to be dissed. Some of them need. I'll put them on a transfer list. In America, let me tell our podcast fans out, right? If players don't perform up to their ability in America, NFL or basketball or baseball, they get kicked. They get cut. Cut means you're sacked. You get sacked if you don't deliver. And I'm not being funny. Being one of the richest clubs in Europe, right? West Ham. These players need to step up. They need to step up. And the owners need to step up. My thoughts for the owners, right? You're talking all this improvement. Your combined worth's over $1 billion, right? Why don't you, right, put up or shut up? You got a $1 billion. Give David Moyes, give him 100 million, right? Give him 100 million to get some players in, right? Urgently now, we need 4 players right now. We need 4 players. We definitely need a right back. Right, we definitely need a defensive midfield player, right? And we need 2 strikers, because Haller is not doing the job properly. We need 2 good strikers in there. So that's 100 million right there. All right. So that's my value. You got 100 million, right? Stop these free transfers is not going to do. You need to spend a bit of money. I'm sure you can get a decent right back for 25 mil. You can get a defensive mid for 25, because Noble's legs are gone. We've got no pace in their midfield. Declan can't be running around doing it all. This is the final. I think Noble's career is over this year if West Ham goes down, because like I said, championship players could have him for breakfast. And Joe Allen's not the solution. But we can't throw stones at Moyes because the owners. The blame have to lie with the owners, because they're not giving Moyes the funds to buy players. I'm tired, because the owners are doing nothing. There's like this. Oh, we spent 45 million on Haller. Yeah, but Haller's not doing the job. Haller's not doing it. He's not sure. He's lazy. He's lazy. I'll get his arse out. I personally would sell Haller in the off season. Anderson, I'll definitely get rid of. And Lanzini, I want these guys. I'll get them out, mate. I'll get him out. Because Anderson, when he was fit, he didn't got players. You know, players need to be taken. If you got a one-on-one with a player, you take that player on. You take him up. What we scared of? Why are you going in the centre, right? The thing about West Ham now, right? West Ham team of now, they need to go at the fundamentals. Get the ball, use the whiffs, get the ball down the byline, put the ball in, put balls in the box, put balls into the box. Don't try and walk it in. Put balls into the box. You know, 50, but you may create something. You know, don't try no fancy stuff. Just let's do route one. Get balls into the box. You know, how many knock-ons did Antonio win? You know, Antonio was a nightmare for that Leicester boy when he was on. See? And Leicester, he was giving the Leicester defence fit when he came on. See, if you can transfer that kind of energy to Haller, then we may get something here. You know, Haller is kind of like a luxury player. Because the team he played for, they had players to complement him. I think they had two wingers going at him, helping him out. You know, we don't have that. You know, I don't understand why players, how they perform well for the other teams anytime they come to West Ham, they can't perform. I just don't know. But I'm thinking, right, looking at the team, we don't have much speed. So that's our problem. So we need to get some speed guys in there. You know, from right back, left back, all the way through the team. But going back to the overview, West Ham fans, I don't see any way out. I don't think there's any way out, West Ham fans. We need to improve, but where's the improvement coming from? We're not buying any players, and the transfer deadline is upon us, right? Again, the owners ain't done nothing. West Ham fans, what have they come out and said? Are we actively buying any players? Are we pursuing any players? Or are we going to get any players? I didn't hear that. All I'm hearing from now West Ham now is injury updates. Oh, so they're making an excuse now for this poor performance. I'm not being funny. You're getting paid to do a job. You need to do it. I don't get no bullshit. Right? You're grown men. You're not babies. You're grown men. You know, what you expect me to do? Change your nappies? You know, West Ham? No, sorry, you are grown men. You're over the age of 18, right? You need to step up or step out. You know, you're not babies. You know, if you can't define what the role of a football is, you shouldn't be playing. You should all quit. All of you just quit. Just quit football, right? But football, you need to know your role. You need to know your shit. You need to know your game. You need to up it. You need to bring your drama. You need to bring your passion. Don't chat shit. I don't hear no bullshit. I don't hear no excuses. Time to deliver. Oh, shut up. All of you players, owners, manager, coaches, shut up. If you can't take the heat, don't stay in the kitchen. All right, 16th minute. You call that good? It's shameful. You guys are a joke. Pathetic. Alright? Pathetic players, right? Stop conning the fans. Stop feeding us this bullshit. You know? I'm not expecting you guys to win all the time. I'm not expecting you guys to win every game, right? But at least put up a fight. Look at Sheffield United. Enough respect to Sheffield United. They're doing their business. Burnley's doing their business. Southampton's doing their business. Why can't we? Because the players, they want it. Some of our players, I don't think they got the mentality to be in the West Ham United Football Club. I don't think they know what the history of West Ham is. They're lacking passion, fight, ambition, drive. You got to want it. I should know. I clean for a living. Every day I put in 200%. I know what my role is. I plan. I give it 200% every day. Every day I give my job 200%. I clean for a living. Every fucking day, I put in 200%. Right? So, what I'm saying to you guys, right? Do the job and worry about the final rewards after. Alright? You put in a performance. If every player went out there and put in a performance, right? Every game, the fans would stop moaning. If the owners would say, look, okay, Dave, you're in trouble, we'll back you to the hill. Okay, we can give you 150 million, Dave. We're going to leave it up to you, Dave. Okay, Dave, get some players in to help us stay up. You know, go out and make a statement like that. Show the fans and go out and say to the fans, you know what, we care about you fans. We don't want to go down to the championship. We're going to give Dave 150 million to keep us up. We want to stay up. And I'm going to say to the players now, players, show what West Ham's all about. Show the fight. Show the passion. Show the drive. Let's do it. Let's go for it. I don't hear none of that chit chat by the owners and all that, by Mrs. Brady and Mr. Gold, Mr. Sullivan. No, silence. They're waiting for Moyes to fall through the trap door, and then they pull the plug and get some other muppet coming in it. Some yes ma'am, yes sir, and all these little talk show hosts. Oh, blah blah blah, kiss ass and all that. But I ain't kissing no one's ass. I'm telling you like it is. These jokers, these big time Charlies, yeah, which they call themselves football players, are a joke, right? Break it down. They need to know their shit. You know, they got to have vision. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know going forward against Leicester. They didn't know what they were doing, mate. Like going wandering around the street and not knowing where the goal is. And you got to know, you got to have ambition. You got to have drive. You got to have passion. You know? But looking at the game against Leicester, shameful. Shameful. That game may just get us relegated, you know. But before I end this podcast, West Ham fans, I'm going to ask you this. Right? You know what? Do you think we'll go down? That's my question to you. And would you like to see a change of ownership? And I think most West Ham fans would say yes and yes. You know, I think the owners have to go because they don't motivate me. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. But West Ham fans, anyway, I've got to go. Let's get a result against West Brom. I'm not going to hold my hopes up. But the most important thing is that we stay in the Premier League. That's the most important thing. Hopefully the owners will give David Moyes some money to spend and to back us to help us stay in the Premier League. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really close. We've got 23 points and we've got some really, really tough games coming up. So the next 10 games will define our season, you know, whether we stay up or go down. So it's going to be a really nervous couple of months. Nervous is an understatement. Really nervous for the fans because, you know, the last game of the season, you know, we're going to know whether we're up or down. So let's hope the players can turn it down. If they don't turn it down, if they lose, I'll tell you what, if they lose the next 6 games, you might as well just book a ticket to the Championship. But they really, really need some results. They really need to show up. We need wins. So, anyway, enjoy your day. And hopefully we get see some positive actions during the week for transfer deadlines.